What is up, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emily. I am a second year first grade teacher, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys how I set up my classroom in Class Dojo, how I plan on using Class Dojo and getting the little dojo store together. But before we start this video, I do want to say I know that class rewards, dojo points, Class Dojo, all that kind of stuff like incentives are not for everyone, don't work in everyone's classroom, and there's a ton of differing opinions out there. But this is just what I find right now is working for me and my classroom, my students learning different classroom management techniques. So this is just what's working right now. And the kids enjoy it. They find it fun to decorate their little monsters on Class Dojo and all that. So I know it's not for everyone and everyone has a different way of classroom management, but this is just what is working for my classroom. So if you are interested in using Class Dojo or you use Class Dojo as well and you want to get some fresh ideas or just see what another teacher's looks like, go ahead and keep watching this video and let's get into it. So first, obviously, we're going to get all logged into Class Dojo here. And sorry for like the odd angle on the side. It says my school name, so I'm just covering that up. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna add students, and I'm just gonna make up some names here. Using my cat's name. And then we'll use, just so I can show you guys how I set up the class. So we have Amelia and Pluto here. So then obviously once the school year starts, I will connect with the families, and all you have to do is either add in the parent email or share the link, or you can send home printouts. I usually do all three. I'll add the link in my back to school slides as well as our first newsletter, send out an email for them, and then our first Friday folder, I will also send home the QR codes. So that's kind of how I invite families, and then we'll go into the actual classroom now. So when you first start your Class Dojo class, each of them will have a little egg, and you can hatch the egg, like you can set a date for them to hatch after the students kind of log in. So right now it says July 29th, but I will change it to whenever. So that's kind of what that looks like. And then the whole class earns points as well as each individual earns points. So some of the ones I already have in here from last year is building stamina, which just means when kids are practicing their writing and they go from writing one sentence to two sentence, or the whole class is just really working hard on a math chapter or whatever, the whole class will get a building stamina point. That's kind of just what we call getting into or like learning harder work in our classroom. I will also give them a point for a clean space. I think that's really important. Now, with the clean space, I understand that students have different needs, especially with like executive functioning and being organized. That is obviously something totally separate, and I can't really hold them to keeping a clean space, or it's something we're working on. So that is kind of a needs-based kind of point. And clean space too is just like, their caddies at their desks, they're putting their supplies back, their chair covers are nice and organized, and that's just kind of something that we learn. No student will ever not get a point for that. No student will ever get a point taken away because they don't have a clean space. I don't take points away on Class Dojo, they can only earn them. So another one I have is helping others in teamwork. It's just nice to see kids wanting to help others. I don't ever tell the kids that they're gonna get a point for those three. That way, they're just doing it because they want to, but if I see it, I will give them that point. So helping others, teamwork, and working hard. If I see a student that's just really on task, I give them a point. The ones that they will know that they get a point for are building stamina and clean space. And then the other three right now are just kind of for me. I also never let the students hear the sound when you give a dojo point. When you give a point on dojo, it makes that little sound. So for example, if I go and give Pluto a dojo point for helping others, it would make that sound, but I would never, I never let the kids hear that. Most of the time, I'm giving the points from my phone or like my tablet. So the kids, it's not on the board, the kids can't see it. And most of the time they don't even know how many points they have until I open up the store. But before I get into the store and all of that, I'm gonna show you the new points I'm adding and kind of what I'm thinking for our class story this year. So one of the things I wanted to do this year is add more things for points. So if you go to edit class and go under the skills, you can add a point. You can also change it to what the parents can see. So no points, all points, or positive points. I usually just change it to no points. You can also do the needs work where it will take away a point, but like I said, I don't like to do that. So one of the skills I'm going to add is class jobs. This is going to be their payment at the end of the week for whatever their class job was. And this is a big point one. I give it 5 points just because we have 5 days in the school week. So that's another one. And another point I like to do is, when we finish a unit, I will also give them a couple points just because they worked hard. Also, sorry if you can see my cats in the background. So you can also change the little picture, which I forgot to do. I think I'm gonna make this one kind of like, I'll do this one, the little book, and then class jobs, I'm gonna give a different one as well. It's kind of fun looking through all the little things, but we will just give it a little smiley face. So these are all the points that I'm going to be having, at least to start the year. I might add some as the year goes on. One more thing I wanted to mention here is that they have a toolkit. So it has a timer, you can randomize students, make groups. They've got think, pair, share, music, a ton of great stuff that you can use. You can add new directions, a timer, and you can make your own timer. I love the group maker for our projects and stuff. And then of course, the noise meter is great as well. It kind of just monitors all the noise and you can adjust the sensitivity. I also will use it to take attendance. Now, obviously we have our own attendance system that I have to report to, but this is good if I'm rewarding the whole class a dojo point and that student isn't there that day. You can select multiple students, again, portfolios where you can create an activity and post it and share it. And then big ideas. The big ideas in Class Dojo, it actually has a ton of different things that you can use. So this is on like empathy and all of that. And they also have a ton of other things that you can do, which I will show you guys in a second. So moving on to the class story, I have our little upcoming event that we have our first day of school. And this is where I plan on posting any class photos. I can post videos, files, and I will also post our Friday newsletter on there. So I'll just kind of keep a document throughout the week and then copy and paste it in there. I like that you can add events because you can add spirit days. I'll be able to add spirit days or spirit week, class party information, reminders, all of that kind of stuff on there. And it's just a one-stop shop, which last year I was using multiple different things in there. And it'll be nice too, because I can leave our splash link or splash learn link in there and our bottle links in there. Like all of that stuff can stay in there for parents to find rather than having to comb through emails to find that information. One of the other great things too is like you have a calendar where you can post events and all of that, and parents will see that on the class story. So like I said, using it for reminders or putting dates of breaks and stuff like that in there when we have to sing for choir and all of that. What I also love is that you can connect with parents and it's kind of like a texting system. Now, with this, I only plan to use this for like little things. Again, a mass message, hey, tomorrow's pajama day. I don't intend on using this for any conversations that need to be had about grades or behavioral things. That'll all obviously be sent through email. But like if Susie forgot her lunch, I can say, hey, she forgot her lunch today, she got lunch from the office, or so-and-so needs an extra change of clothes in their locker, they're out of crayons, pencils, all that, that can all be done through the messaging system. And I like that too, that if parents have any questions throughout the day, like, hey, what did they need for tomorrow? I always have my phone on me at school because just for safety reasons, I obviously have it at home. Now I'm trying to be better this year about not answering emails at home. But like I said, if it's a question about something they need for the next day, I will of course answer it. And this is just a really quick and easy way to get a hold of me because I'll have my phone on me. So I like that it has this messaging system as well. Another thing my students absolutely loved last year is Dojo Island. So they now added different activities. They have cross math, math house makeover, skip counting towers. My kids loved getting to play this on Friday, and you as a teacher can go in and join your students in the class, and they get to play and explore and build with one another in an educational way. So I'm really excited to bring that back. We usually did that on Fridays, and now they have new learning activities, which is so fun. I'm really excited for that, especially the Building 10. I don't know, I just love Dojo Island, and I know the kiddos did too. One of the other awesome things on Dojo, which I actually use quite a bit, they have teacher resources. So activities, like I said, big ideas for social emotional, and teacher resources. So classroom decor, family letters, PD prep, like a ton of stuff. So I actually used, and I'll show you guys in a second, I used their pack for the Dojo store, which again, I will show you when we put together the store, but they have coloring sheets, organizational things, like just a ton of fun stuff, which I know kids like these cute little monsters. So that's a really good thing to look at too. Like I'll show you the coloring sheets. I think they're adorable, and I print them out every once in a while for the kiddos. I think those are really cute. Just a ton of fun little stuff. I do often check out the activity corner, like they have a Dear Future Me, a bunch of cute stuff like for holidays. And one of the things we did last year, I'm going to print out the Play-Doh mats as well. If you're a younger ed teacher, look into that. But they had this math activity, which I have saved. I'm definitely gonna print out again. We did the surprise cards. They loved those. But it's so cute, and they've got compliment cards, a ton of different stuff, and good resources like respect, being kind, just a ton of fun stuff. So that is how I plan on using Class Dojo. Like I said, I keep the points very minimal, and I'm also not going to, tell the kids don't know how many points they have. They don't know when they're earning a point, but I do like to give the points. I think it's fun. I like using Class Dojo for family communication, posting our pictures. It's so easy to post your pictures, and I can invite my classroom aide. She's a co-teacher on our classroom, and she can post pictures, and I love that the parents can like and comment on them. That was one of my favorite parts last year, seeing the parents comment on our pictures. So I think it's super fun, a great way to be a one-stop shop for parents too, in communicating with one another, with you, just very interactive. So that is my classroom on Class Dojo. So now let's go ahead and set up the store on Class Dojo, or my Class Dojo store. So I do need to cut all of this stuff out, but I just printed the coupons that they have in their Dojo store pack. So hat day, you get to wear your favorite hat, get to bring a plushie with you to read, being a teacher's assistant. Lunch bunch, free choice. I like how it says stinky or fuzzy feet. They can take their shoes off or wear slippers. And then free choice, they get to select the brain break or extra recess for the whole class. And I like that one because they get to cash in their points that they earned with a reward for their whole class. So I just printed off a bunch of these, and then I laminated them so that way when I take it and they cash it in, I can just reuse it. So I am gonna get started on cutting those out, and then I did also print out the little poster, next class party in however many points, and I think this is so cute. This can just stay up on the whiteboard. These are the labels for my cart, which I don't have. It's at school. I have to go get it tomorrow. So one section is going to be 5 points, 10 points, 20, and 100. I'm thinking the coupons are going to be the 100 points that they really have to work up to. And then it's just a little sign. I will put my name, Class Store. So let's go ahead and start cutting everything out. I have all of the prizes for my dojo store, which I will insert some footage on, but I just realized I haven't bought the cart for it yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now, so we won't be able to set it up in this video, but I did wanna list here some good ideas for prizes, and then I will kind of show you guys some of the prizes that I included. For like my cheap or like the inexpensive ones, erasers are such a good option. So I have a bunch of mini erasers as well as smelly erasers. I've got a ton of pencils, little fidgets, little cars, just those little things. And then for some of my bigger points, I have those hashtag building blocks, and I have some different little Play-Dohs and stuff, which I also want to mention that in my classroom, the dojo store is only coming like once a month or once every other month to not only save my bank, but also so they're not like constantly getting prizes and candy and all that, which I will probably include like some dum-dums and stuff in there. But it only is going to come around once like every other month at the end of the month. Gives kids time to save points, you know, get their classroom jobs done, and it saves my bank account. So that is what I would recommend getting. Don't spend a ton of money on this. Like, it's really supposed to be just like little things, at least in my opinion. Like, you don't need to get like big toys or full-size candy bars and stuff like that. Like, it's just fun. Again, this is all my opinion. I just think it's fun and it's something to work towards. I also don't let kids get something from every category. I'm gonna say you can get 1 or 2 things each time the store comes around. Like, you're not gonna get something from every category and spend all your points. There's gonna be rules to the dojo store and all of that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it to like 1 or 2 things, and I don't want them like getting 2 of the same thing because that's not fair to another child. So that's kind of my plan for that. So I will insert some footage of what my prices are looking like so far. I just started putting this together, so it's looking a little bare still. And a lot of it too, I actually already had. If you watched my classroom shop with me, I did get a few more things, but most of it I already had. Like the pencils I already had, a ton of the other little prize things I already had. I really just bought a few more pencils and erasers. So yeah, I hope this gives you some ideas. So that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. And like I said, I know dojo points and Class Dojo class rewards are not for everyone. They don't work in every classroom, but so far this is what's working in my classroom, and I do think it's kind of fun to do. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you have any other suggestions for prize ideas or incentives, or what you do in your classroom for rewards, or if you don't do them, let's have a conversation down below. So just comment down below your thoughts and what works in your classroom. And I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you in the next one.